Good morning. So, what's your reaction over the statement credited to the former governor of Kano State, Ganduje, and of course, the current APC national chairman, saying the marginalization of Igbo is on course? What does that? How do you relate to that?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. And if you are watching this video, kindly subscribe, on notifications, like, and share with others. Now, it's as simple as this. When I spoke about the spirit of Biafra, many people they were angry. When I spoke about the marginalization of the IGBOS, many people were angry as me in this place. They have been angry for many years. I'm saying the same thing. But now, with the word of Umar Ganduje, Umar governor of Kano, oh yeah, go and get angry at Ganduje. He said by himself that the APC would take over some states in the southeast. He mentioned Abia and some states. I now said that if people will join the APC, they will demarginalize them. That means they have been marginalized. That means they have been marginalized. It's something that we have been saying for how many years? How can a national chairman of a major political party say for a major tribe in Nigeria to join our party before they become demarginalized? Before you use that word demarginalized, that means there's already a marginalization. That means again, the marginalization of the Igbo people is deliberate. I've been saying it here openly. Now, national chairman have not said it of the ruling party. You understand? So the question is that where are the ones in Indigo that are getting the Igbo people that side? But if for example, this statement happened to be my own people with Yoruba people, and I've been shouting that I've heard say something. So the one is Indigo, they should say something about it. That the national chairman in Nigeria of the ruling party say that Igbo people should join the APC so that they can be demarginalized. That means they have been deliberately marginalized in Nigeria, which is not good for the progress of Nigeria. You know, I said under the PDP, I told all of you, under the PDP, we saw, for example, how President Olusegun Obasanjo, the late Umar Yar'Adua, and Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, how they were able to make sure that Nigerians they were appointed based on merit from different tribes in Nigeria to their cabinet. We saw from the beginning of Muhammadu Buhari, where he said that the Igbos are a dot, where he called them 5%, and we saw his cabinet. We've seen our president, his own cabinet. What does that tell you? You understand? So that means what Ganduje is saying, out of the bottom of the heart, the mouth speaketh, the Bible says. That means the people are deliberately marginalized. You know what I'm saying? So I have been vindicated. I've always been vindicated. When I talk about insulting, they were insulting me. Shoyinka said the same thing. They kept quiet. You know, do you need a Shoyinka to tell you that Nigeria is not presently working? Do you need Ganduje to tell you that the Igbos are the marginalized? Is it not in a couple? Can't you see it by yourself? You know, and I'm thanking God. More revelations will keep coming as the days goes by. I'm going to see that Nigeria, like I've always been saying, like my father, I will always say, I am first and the God person from Abia. Then I'm a Yoruba person. Then I'm a Nigerian. That's how Nigeria seems to be.
Yes.
We are not yet a nation. I'm talking about national spirit. Like a country like Rwanda, after the Hutus and Tutsis war, they came together to be one nation. But in Nigeria, we have not yet have the national spirit. We are still, because for example, let's round up on the protest. We saw, for example, in the north, when Buhari was president, there was no protest in the north. Protest was around in the north. Now, even Sheikh Gumina is not calling for protest in Nigeria. But under Buhari, that is from Fulani tribe, there's no protest. Even NSAS, during NSAS, we saw how people from the north will carry placard and saying that they want SARS. We have people of the south saying NSAS. So that means anywhere the president comes from, some people want to shield him.
So it boils down to tell us that what he's trying to tell us is that that the marginalization of the entire Biafrans or the entire Igbos is deliberate. That they knew that Igbos have been marginalized,
yes.
And for them to have come out to make it very clearly, it's a big slap on the Hanese, it's a big slap on Igbo think tanks, it's a big slap also. And that East governors. You know, because you're trying to tell them that are they cows? These are human beings.
Yes.
You want to control them like cows. They should join APC for them to not be marginalized. So Nigeria knows that they are actually marginalizing Igbo. For me, that's an embarrassing statement coming from the former governor and now the national leader of APC government, national chairman of APC. You know, so what they tell you that they understand what is on ground now, and this should not be used as a negotiation for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Igbos are resilient. You know, that's okay. Igbos has contributed so much. You know, so if you continue to make that kind of statement, Igbos continue to distance themselves from anything that has to do with Nigerian projects. And that's the reason why it became very clear, even though the last election, we had somebody like P2P and the one that's been believed that won that election, and they could not give him because of the gang up. Decided gang up. This is not a matter of circumstances. This is a calculated marginalization, threats against anything that has to do with Igbo. And the more they continue to do this, the more the country continue to enjoy division, enjoy disunity, the more the Nigerians continue to disconnect against each other. That's the way it is. So Ganduje statement is an insult, is an assault, it's an embarrassment to the Igbo nation. And I think in no distant time, we are going to see reactions to that. But unfortunately, the Igbo leaders we have seen some elements and political elements from the eastern part of the country trying to identify with the dollar man from Kano State, you know. And so we are watching the development so far, and we know that at the end of the day, we will come out and take a particular position on the matter. As I'm talking to you, APC is not a government to reckon with. APC has not done Nigeria any good, you know, and Igbos can never identify with bad nature. APC is bad nature in Nigeria.
Because the reason why I'm asking is very simple. Under the PDP, there was this sense of belonging for every Nigerians. Obasanjo, the late Yar'Adua, Ganduje, Jonathan, every major tribe was carried along. Then came the APC. We saw Buhari. Buhari first called the Igbo people a dot. He called them 5%, and we saw his cabinet full of his other brothers. The same thing, almost same thing as Tinubu is doing. Then the question I'm asking is that why would somebody come out and say the Igbo people should join the APC? See that same party has marginalized them.
Yes, you can see in the southwest we have about 11 ministers. In other regions they have about 10, 11 ministers. But only the eastern part of the country we have only 5 ministers. What they're about under this present administration, and the continuity of all this will definitely lead to reservation. Whatever you give your children is what they are going to react with. Whatever Nigeria has given to Biafrans is what Biafrans are going to react with. The Nigeria has given Igbos, Biafrans, secession from Nigeria. And that is what the direction we are going. There's no two ways about it. We are big enough to be independent. The Biafrans are big enough to be independent. The Biafrans are big enough to be enjoy a defining moment. You know, the Biafrans are big enough, to represent Africa, to illuminate Africa, to drive Africa, and that is what Nnamdi Kanu represents. Nnamdi Kanu is all about African thing. Nnamdi Kanu is all about Igbo thing. Nnamdi Kanu is all about Biafran thing. Nnamdi Kanu is much concerned to build that consciousness in the black man. That's what Fela and Nicola was doing during his day. Trying to transform the black man, as at that time. So you can see those things happening often and on, and we wish that at the time we were able to understand what we need to do, to make sure that we have a proper view of what it is like, not to be in a situation where we are finding ourselves now. Today, Nigerians are asking questions about their own country. They are asking, why is it that the country they have refused to work for Nigeria, and why Nigeria has refused to ask for more for the country. So it's a two-way thing, and that has led to the background check of that.